Part 40. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 391. Ye Chen asked Xuanhuan to go outside. She had just reached the realm of immortality a few days ago. In the dragon transformation state, he can realize a higher level of power. Xuanhuan's training speed is much faster than that of the previous one. Time is accelerated hundreds of thousands of times, and she practices very fast. Hey, Master, are we back? No, aren't we still in Kunpeng universe? Xuanhuan said in surprise. Everything around him was so familiar that Xuanhuan thought for a moment that he had returned to the holy demon realm. As long as the system is strong enough, different check-in points can be transferred across the universe. Currently, the system does not have such a strong capability in this regard. The rest of the treasures turned into the appearance of Tianyang Emperor's Palace. Let's call this palace, Hanjian Palace. Ye Chen thought for a while and said. Xuanhuan nodded, that's it, Master, I think the Hanjian Palace sounds pretty good. Master, are you planning to summon Lan and the others? Ye Chen nodded slightly. Xuanhuan looked at Xuanhuan for help and said, Sister Yan'er, you have to help me when the time comes. Rest assured. Xuanhuan smiled. Ye Chen thought about it, who should he summon first? She was the first to rule out Luo Yudi. She asked Luo Yudi to spend more time with her mother, and the summoned candidates were chosen from Enlangxiu and Lu Qianqian. Enlan is more outgoing and takes care of things. Just Qianqian. Ye Chen secretly thought. On the side of the holy demon realm, there are still some things that need to be taken care of. Luo Yudi is good at taking care of herself, while Lu Qianqian is more introverted. Lu Qianqian doesn't need to take care of things here, she can just practice with peace of mind. Xiao Xiaoliu, summon Qianqian. Ye Chen sent a message to Xiaoliu's clone. Good master. Koyanaga's clone immediately started summoning. Xiaoliu's own body sensed it immediately, and then Xiaoliu's own body immediately told Lu Qianqian, and soon Lu Qianqian felt the power of the summons. Enlan, Chang Le, let's meet on the other side of Kunpeng universe. Lu Qianqian sent a message to Enlangxiu and Luo Yudi. Soon Lu Qinqin's figure disappeared. 2 minutes passed, and strong space fluctuations appeared next to Xiaoliu's clone. Lu Qinqin's figure suddenly appeared. She immediately saw Ye Chen and Xuanhuan. Xuanhuan was a little far away, and she looked here nervously. Lu Qianqian already has immortal level cultivation. At this point, her strength was temporarily suppressed to only the 8-star heavenly Dao level, which was the same as when Ye Chen came here before. Owner! Lu Qianqian shouted in surprise. She rushed towards Ye Chen, and Ye Chen immediately hugged her tightly. We haven't seen each other for 2 years, and Ye Chen misses her very much. Flourishing. Ye Chen yelled and kissed him. After a few minutes, Ye Chen let go of Lu Qianqian, and Lu Qinqin's pretty face turned red. Xuanhuan's face was even redder. Although she is very strong, she has never held hands with a man, let alone kissing. Qianqian, you only have master in your eyes. Xuanhuan said with a sad expression. Of course there is you, Yan'er. Lu Qianqian smiled tenderly, and she hugged Xuanhuan again. Xuanhuan passed a lot of information directly to Lu Qianqian. Xuanhuan mustered up the courage to walk towards her, and Lu Qinqin's eyes fell on Xuanhuan. Sister Lanyan, I am Lu Qianqian. You can call me Qianqian or Sister Qianqian. You are so beautiful, the master must like you very much. Lu Qianqian smiled delicately. Sister Qianqian, you are also very beautiful. Xuanhuan said quickly. Lu Qianqian said, Sister Lanyan, Yan'er has told me about your situation. Personally, I think you are very good and you are suitable to be our sister. Thank you, Sister Qianqian. Zi Lanyan secretly breathed a sigh of relief. One more person recognized her. Qian, hurry up and adapt to the environment here. Ye Chen smiled. After not seeing each other for 2 years, Ye Chen wanted to fight Lu Qian for 300 rounds first, but she had not adapted to the environment here yet, so it was better to adapt to the environment first. Lu Qian can quickly adapt to the acceleration of time by hundreds of thousands of times. Good master. Lu Qian was sweet and authentic. She quickly entered the time cube to practice. Xiao Xiaoliu, how much power did the summoning consume just now? Ye Chen sent a message to ask. Xiaoliu's clone replied, Master, only 30% of the power was consumed. The 30% of the power consumed in about half a month can be fully replenished. Ye Chen was not surprised. The power consumed was similar to what he estimated. Even if 3 people are summoned at the same time, there is a high probability that they will be summoned. But safety still comes first. Half a month later, Enlangxiu summoned him first. A month later, Luo Yudi was also summoned by Xiaoliu's clone. The Tianyang dynasty's strength has weakened a bit. But even if the powerful men from Heijiao Palace go there, they are just looking for death. Xiaoliu is still in Tianyang Emperor Palace, and its level is immortal level. Xiaoliu has immortal level strength within a range of 1,000 kilometers, and he also has immortal level strength within a range of 10,000 kilometers. There are also 5 9-star Heavenly Dao level sword bamboos and 10 8-star Heavenly Dao level sword bamboos in the Tianyang Emperor's Palace. To put it bluntly, even if Xiaoliu and the others didn't take action, the people of Tianyang dynasty would be even more ferocious now. When Ye Chen left, there were 30 million Tiandao level warriors in the Tianyang dynasty, 90% of whom reached the saint level, and their overall strength was comparable to that of tens of thousands of Tiandao level warriors. After Ye Chen left, Enlangxiu and the others preached to the people. Although the growth of the people's strength was slower than when Ye Chen was there, the speed was still good. Now there are 80 million Tiandao level warriors in the Tianyang dynasty. Even if most of them are only 1-star Tiandao strength, this is extremely terrifying. Unless the Black Dragon Palace invades in a large-scale manner, it will be difficult to gain an advantage there. Brother-in-law, I miss you so much. Bad brother-in-law, summon me last. Luo Yudi threw herself into Ye Chen's arms and said coquettishly. Zi Lanyan already knew Luo Yudi's situation. She called Ye Chen brother-in-law, so Zi Lanyan was not surprised. You are only 1 month later than Qian. Ye Chen said unhappily. Brother-in-law, kiss me. I want to kiss you longer than Qian and the others. Luo Yudi raised her head and said. How could Ye Chen refuse such a request? After kissing for several minutes, Ye Chen finally let Luo Yudi go. Sister Lanyan, hello. Hee, I'm finally not the youngest. As Zi Lanyan approached, Luo Yudi took the initiative to speak with a sweet smile. Among the 5 girls of Luo Hanjian, Luo Yudi was not the last one to follow Ye Chen, but she was indeed the youngest, and Zi Lanyan was a little younger than her. Sister Changle. Zi Lanyan saluted. Hee, Sister Lanyan, you don't have to be polite. Luo Yudi said happily. Ye Chen smiled and said, Changle, although you are a little older, Lanyan looks more stable than you, and Lanyan is much stronger than you. You, as a sister, have to work harder. Lu Qian, Enlangxiu, Luo Yudi, and the other 3 girls are all at the level of Red Dust Immortal. With a time acceleration of more than 100,000 times, they should all be able to break through to the realm of immortality within a year. Luo Yudi said with a smile, brother-in-law, even if I am a little weaker, I am still a sister, Sister Lanyan, don't you think so? Yeah. Zi Lanyan nodded obediently. She felt relieved. Among the 3 of Luo Yudi, she was originally most worried about Luo Yudi. After all, Luo Yudi is Luo Hanjian's sister. Now Xuanhuan found that she was worried for nothing. She felt that she and Luo Yudi were the most compatible. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 392. Time passed day by day, and it didn't take long for Luo Yudi to adapt to the environment here. Ye Chen gave her a lot of training resources. Under the acceleration of training by hundreds of thousands times, Luo Yudi and the others improved very quickly. From other places to Xixiao continent, there are more and more powerful people coming to Xixiao city. Half a year later, the system's voice suddenly sounded in Ye Chen's mind. Host, sense other systems. Ye Chen's eyes lit up. Although you can get good things by signing in normally, the effect of signing in is better after the system swallows up the rest of the system. If the rest of the system can be swallowed up, it is entirely possible to get 2 immortal level rewards instead of 3 immortal level rewards after 3 sign-ins. The luck he accumulated here is now extremely strong. Ye Chen's cultivation level is currently at the top level of immortality. We are only one step away from the Biganhua realm, and we should be able to break through within 2 or 3 months. The stronger your luck and the higher your cultivation level, the better the sign-in effect will be. It's still half a year before Lanyan and I get married. If you come here at this time, aren't you the top powerhouse in the Kunpeng universe? Ye Chen secretly thought. The top experts in Kunpeng universe can arrive at Xixiao continent from other places in a month or 2. No need to come so early. Looks like I need to go out. Ye Chen secretly thought. Now that traces of other systems have been found, if it can be swallowed, it must be better to swallow it earlier. This way he can improve faster. And Langxiu and the others are here now, but I don't know what Luo Hongjian's situation is now. The power of faith provided by the people of Tianyuan dynasty is constantly being consumed. Luo Hongjian is definitely still alive, but Ye Chen doesn't know if he is living well or not. System, the other party shouldn't be able to sense you, right? Ye Chen said in his mind. Host, don't worry, I've become a lot stronger after devouring that parasitic system. The chance of the other party discovering me should not be higher than 1%. The system is confident and authentic. Ye Chen is still relatively confident in his system. Before the devouring parasite system, Ye Chen's system capabilities were very strong. Now his hiding, detection, and attack abilities have been greatly improved. System, can you summon the other party directly? Ye Chen asked. Host, it depends on the other party's strength. If the other party only has the cultivation level of the Red Dust Immortal, it should be fine. If the other party's cultivation level is high, this will alert the enemy. The system replied to Ye Chen. Ye Chen nodded slightly, it seemed like he really had to go out. You have to determine the opponent's strength and the opponent's identity. If the other party has good character, Ye Chen will not rob others tyrannically. Xiao Xiaoliu, pay attention to my situation. If you notice anything unusual, provide support as soon as possible. Ye Chen sent a message to Xiaoliu's clone. Its strength at the glazed realm level is now much stronger than Ye Chen. Of course, Ye Chen is not weak either. Although his cultivation is still at the top level of immortality, Ye Chen's skills, bloodline, physique, treasures, etc. are all very strong, and his combat power has reached the level of Bianhua. Good master. Xiaoliu's clone said. After changing his appearance and taking the token given by Xuanhuan, Ye Chen quickly left Xixiao Palace. The target sensed by the system was in the Xixiao Palace. With the system's guidance, Ye Chen deliberately took a detour and arrived at a place relatively close to the target 2 hours later. Host, the target is directly in front of you, less than 1,000 meters away. The system reminded Ye Chen. Ye Chen swayed closer. He is now on a busy street, with people coming and going, including many with high cultivation levels. Ye Chen's Brahma ring has reached the immortal level, and now it can exert the effect of the top immortal level. His aura is completely restrained by the Brahma ring. Even a strong man in the glazed realm can't see through Yechen's cultivation now. 500 meters. 300 meters. 100 meters. The system kept reminding Yechen. Yechen narrowed his eyes and saw someone he knew. Han Qingling. Han Qingling held the arm of a silver-robed young man, and the two of them were shopping intimately. They were followed by several guards, and there were other guards secretly. The host is the young man Han Qingling is holding, right? Yechen said in his mind. Yes. The system replied immediately. At this moment, the distance is less than 50 meters. Even if there are many people on the street, the system can accurately determine it. Su Zhongting. Although he had never met the other party and had no information about the other party, Yechen immediately knew who he was. It was impossible for Han Qingling to go shopping openly with other men on her arm. Su Zhongting actually owns the system. It is almost 100% certain that Su Zhongting plotted against Lan Yin. Yechen secretly thought. Su Zhongting is most likely holding a grudge because of the failure of the marriage. Designed to deal with Zi Lanyan, influence the master of Xiao Palace's breakthrough, and perhaps increase his probability of becoming the young master of Tiandao sect. Host, be careful. Su Zhongting only has the cultivation level of the immortal realm, which is lower than Zi Lanyan, but it must have taken longer for him to obtain the system, and the Tiandao sect also has more resources. The system reminded Yechen. Yechen quickly said, System, the other party's system is not weak. Yes. Yechen frowned secretly. The system is not weak, and Su Zhongting takes longer. Under normal circumstances, Su Zhongting should be stronger. Does Su Zhongting's system have other special abilities? Or maybe Su Zhongting actually hides more strength? Yechen secretly thought, both of these are more likely. Su Zhongting has a system, and God knows what kind of treasures he has obtained. Even if Su Zhongting already possesses the cultivation level of Liulai realm, it is normal for others not to know. Yechen himself has treasures like the burning sky ring that can hide his aura. Even Zi Lanyan doesn't know that he now has the strength of the flower of the other side. Host, I feel Su Zhongting's system is more aggressive. My hiding ability may be much stronger than his, but my attack ability may not be stronger than his. The system reminded solemnly. System, that is to say, if you fight it head-on, you may not be able to defeat it now. Yechen asked. The system said, Host, yes. If we fight, I might be evenly matched with it now. If you want to devour Su Zhongting's system more safely, it's best to catch him and imprison his cultivation. The success rate of devouring will be greatly increased. Promote. Yechen frowned secretly, this would make a bigger noise. Su Zhongting himself may have hidden his strength and powerful methods. Moreover, Tiandao sect has other powerful experts coming. How long will it take for Palace Master Xiao to break through? Yechen secretly thought that if the master of Xiao Palace breaks through, it will be much easier for him to move. If something happens to Su Zhongting here, the chance of Tiandaozong coming over will be greatly reduced. The system's capabilities are all kinds of weird. It's best to understand the capabilities of Su Zhongting's system. If he knew about that parasitic system, why didn't his system engulf that system? Yechen secretly thought. After continuing to wander around the street for some time, Yechen returned to Xiao Palace half an hour later. Originally, if he knew that the other party's character was not good, Yechen planned to take action immediately. In this situation, Yechen chose to endure it for a while. Wait until he reaches the realm of Bianhua. In 3 months at most, Yechen believes that given his situation, he can definitely break through. Sure enough, more than 2 months have passed. There was a powerful aura coming from Yechen. He successfully broke through to the other side flower realm. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 393. Finally a breakthrough. Ye Chen had a smile on his face. His cultivation broke through to the realm of Xuanhuan, and his strength doubled. If the strength worthy of the immortal Zetsu is set as 1, then the level of the top immortal Zetsu is 5, and the strength comparable to the level of Higanbana is 10. Before the breakthrough, Ye Chen already had the strength of the Xuanhua realm. According to data calculation, it was about 15. Now Ye Chen's combat power has reached the 30 level. Most of the powerful people in Xuanhua are not as good as Ye Chen now. There are still more than 3 months until we get married. Before that, it's best to get the system from Su Zhongting. Ye Chen's eyes sparkled. His strength has improved a lot, and the system's capabilities will also be enhanced. Now even if he forcibly swallows Su Zhongting's system, he should have a 60–70% chance of winning. 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. With time accelerating hundreds of thousands of times, Ye Chen has made breakthroughs and consolidated his cultivation. Boom! Inside the time cube, a powerful aura suddenly erupted from Lu Qianqian's body. Among the 3 women who came behind them, she was the first to break through to the realm of immortality. Lu Qianqian also has a lot of good things. Breaking through to the realm of immortality means that her strength is much stronger than ordinary characters in the realm of immortality. Master, I have made a breakthrough. Lu Qianqian happily conveyed the good news to Ye Chen. Ye Chen had a smile on his face. Lu Qianqian's breakthrough was a little earlier than he expected. Since she broke through so quickly, En Langxiu and Luo Yudi should be able to break through in a month or 2. Before he and Zi Lanyan get married, they will most likely reach the state of immortality. Qianqian, good job. Seize the time to consolidate your cultivation, and I will reward you well when the time comes. Ye Chen said with a smile. Lu Qianqian's heart trembled slightly. Ye Chen's reward was not an ordinary reward. Normally giving treasure Ye Chen is not considered a reward at all. Master, I will hold on tight. Lu Qianqian said with a slight blush on her pretty face. Ye Chen came out of the time cube. He has consolidated his cultivation. For the time being, it is more important for him to find a way to obtain the system from Su Zhongting. Su Zhongting. After thinking about it, Ye Chen directly called Su Zhongting. He changed his voice, and the majestic voice sounded in Su Zhongting's mind. Su Zhongting is now in Zixiao City, and his expression changes slightly. Who is your excellency? Su Zhongting sent a message to ask. Su Zhongting, I come from the System Management Bureau, and my surname is Gu. Su Zhongting's expression changed. His system is relatively strong. Although he does not have the ability to cross planes, he has been in contact with other systems and knows information about the system administration. Guju, it seems that the master of our plane has not joined the System Management Bureau. Su Zhongting said. He did not doubt Ye Chen's identity. Because of the System Management Bureau, no third person in the entire Kunpeng universe may know about it. Su Zhongting, there is no need to call me the Ancient Bureau. I am just an ordinary member of the System Management Bureau. On the surface, this plane has not joined the System Management Bureau. I am just conducting some preliminary statistical surveys. Ye Chen said via voice transmission. Su Zhongting breathed a sigh of relief. But he didn't dare to look down on Ye Chen at all. His system told him that the system administration's power was boundless. Many plane masters are members of the system administration. Su Zhongting, I found out that Zi Lanyan owns the system, and her acquisition of the system seems to be related to you. Ye Chen said via voice transmission. Su Zhongting's expression changed slightly. Guju, Are there any violations of my behavior? The rules of the system administration haven't reached this point yet, am I okay? Ye Chen said, don't worry, I'm just conducting an investigation. I can't contact Zi Lanyan. Please tell me directly about the situation of your two systems. Of course, you don't have to cooperate with my work. If this plane joins the System Management Bureau in the future, your system will become an illegal system. Su Zhongting quickly communicated with his system. Guju, how about we have an interview? Su Zhongting said. Although he didn't doubt Ye Chen's identity very much, he was still a little cautious. Su Zhongting, the identities of members of the System Management Bureau are confidential. You want to die, but I still want to live. I will give you the last 3 breaths to think about it. After Ye Chen finished speaking, Su Zhongting quickly said, Guju, the system I have is a copying system that can copy the capabilities of other weaker systems to strengthen itself. While copying the opponent's system, you can also copy the cultivation level of the opponent's system host. Zi Lanyan's system is a parasitic system. I discovered the system. Zi Lanyan didn't know what to do, so I arranged the system for her. Ye Chen's eyes flashed, it turns out there is still this layer. Su Zhongting is raising fish. Zi Lanyan's system has become more parasitic. His system can be greatly enhanced by copying the parasitic system. Su Zhongting can also copy Zi Lanyan's cultivation. It won't take long for Zi Lanyan to reach the top level of immortality. It is possible for Zi Lanyan to reach the glazed realm in the future. But Su Zhongting will definitely not wait for her to reach the glazed realm before harvesting Zi Lanyan. Zi Lanyan has the top level of immortality, Su Zhongting is likely to take action. His strength will be greatly enhanced by then. The possibility of becoming the young master of Tiandao sect is higher. What kind of systems has your system replicated? Ye Chen said calmly. Su Zhongting frowned secretly. What kind of system his system has copied is a secret. But fearing the identity of the other party and having already said this, Su Zhongting could only continue. Guju, my system has copied 2 systems, one is a devouring system, and the other is a curse system. Ye Chen's face changed slightly. Good guy, the swallowing system and the curse system are both attack systems. No wonder his own system felt that Su Zhongting's system was more vicious. Tell me about your specific abilities. I need to register in detail. Ye Chen said calmly. Guju, do you want to make it so clear? Su Zhongting frowned and said, speaking so clearly that it felt like he was being stripped naked. Ye Chen said, how about I submit the names of several systems to the investigation? Su Zhongting, my patience is limited. If you don't want to let it go, I will report you directly because you refuse to cooperate. It's up to you. Su Zhongting gritted his teeth and transmitted more information about his system to Ye Chen. Ye Chen looked solemn. The 2 systems copied by Su Zhongting's system were both weak. The first thing his system copied was a devouring system. After copying the other, it devoured the other. A curse system was later copied. After copying the other party, he also devoured the other party. That cursed system cursed and killed the original host of Su Zhongting's system at the last moment. Su Zhongting's system was also severely damaged. In this way, after billions of years passed, Su Zhongting was lucky enough to be recognized as the leader of the system. Su Zhongting's system has strong devouring and cursing abilities. Fortunately, he didn't act rashly, otherwise his system wouldn't be able to curse me. Ye Chen muttered in his heart. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 394. Host, it's best to deal with Su Zhongting as soon as possible. If Su Zhongting's cultivation is stronger, his system capabilities will be stronger. In addition, Su Zhongting's system has good capabilities. The voice of Ye Chen's system sounded in his mind. Copying, devouring, and cursing, These three abilities are indeed very good. Of course, if the Yechen system obtains these three abilities, it will take a lot of effort to develop these three abilities, and it may be impossible to chew off more than you can chew. Unless necessary, or if the system is full of power, Yechen would not rashly allow his system to expand its capabilities. You can get various benefits by signing in, and your system is already very good. System, judging from the current situation, Su Zongting's cultivation level is indeed not high. I am now in the Bianhua realm, and you are stronger. You should be able to summon Su Zongting directly, right? Yechen said in his mind. His current level of cultivation is at the level of Bianhua, while Su Zongting only has a level of cultivation that can be compared to the level of immortality. 90% sure. The system said. Yechen's eyes flickered, and he was already 90% sure. Done. At this moment, Su Zongting sent another message to Yechen. Guju, you also know that I come from Tiandao sect, and our Tiandao sect still has some strength. I have a lot of good things, how should I give them to you, Guju? Yechen said calmly, I can't receive benefits privately. Wait until this plane joins the System Management Bureau. Su Zongting, you are not allowed to leak the information about the system administration's contact with you, otherwise your entire Tiandao sect will be in disaster. I have to check other places, let's go. 5 days later, Su Zongting relaxed. In the past few days, he had been protected by strong men from the Bianhua realm of Tiandao sect, and he had been staying in the powerful treasure atrium. Let's go out for a walk. I don't feel comfortable being stuck at home. Han Qingling sent a message to Su Zongting. Good. Su Zongting thought for a while and agreed. He couldn't always live such a cautious life. Shopping, attending cocktail parties organized by other strong men, etc., 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. Su Zongting relaxed completely. The system should be almost ready, summon. Yechen said in a deep voice. It's been almost half a month. Even if the summoning fails, it will only alert Su Zongting and leave. He will still have a chance in the future. Good host. The system immediately activated its summoning ability. A lot of energy has been spent on this before, and his system summoning ability is very strong. En Langxiu and the others can summon him from other universes. It's late at night, and Su Zongting is lingering with a woman. This woman is not Han Qingling. Yechen and Zi Lanyan were about to get married. Many powerful people came from other places, and there were many beautiful women. There were also many who seduce him based on Su Zongting's status. Master Su, hurry, hurry. The woman yelled. She's almost there. At this moment, Su Zongting suddenly disappeared. Times like this are when Su Zongting is at his lowest vigilance. The summoning power is too strong, and Su Zongting is summoned away before he can react. The next second, the naked Su Zongting appeared in the Xuanhuan Palace. The Xuanhuan Palace is an immortal level. Now that it can exert its top immortal level abilities, Su Zongting was able to withstand the terrifying suppressive power of the Xuanhuan Palace in an instant. Puff. Koyanaga's clone acted similarly. Each piece of weak-looking wicker stick directly penetrated Su Zongting's body. Su Zongting indeed only has an ordinary immortal level cultivation level, but being suppressed by the Xuanhuan Palace, his strength plummeted to the level of a mere mortal immortal. Xiaoliu's clone penetrated his body and completely imprisoned Su Zongting's strength. I didn't expect that you actually have a system. Your system is pretty good. Yechen said calmly as he appeared in front of Su Zongting. At this moment, Yechen is not his original appearance, he has turned into the appearance of Lord Black Dragon. The Xuanhuan Palace is not like the Tianyan Emperor Palace. But what the Black Dragon Temple looks like. The details are exactly the same. Master Black Dragon Palace. Su Zongting's face changed drastically. He covered his key parts with both hands, his eyes filled with fear. Put it on, it will dirty my eyes. Ye Chen threw Su Zhongting a set of ordinary clothes. Su Zhongting put it on immediately. He took a deep breath and said, Master Black Dragon Palace, did you pretend to be someone from the System Management Bureau to trick me? What do you think? Young man, you are still too young. Ye Chen smiled and said, give me the system obediently, and I may spare your life. Otherwise, I can only kill you and then find a way to obtain your system. I am much stronger than you, and your system may be willing to accept me as the master. Su Zhongting gritted his teeth. He knew that even if he cooperated and gave away the system, Lord Black Dragon would not be able to let him live. He would be dead. Lord Black Dragon, you already know that my system has the ability to curse, it would be better for you to let me go. Su Zhongting said with a glimmer of hope. Ye Chen's face turned cold. Su Zhongting, are you threatening me? In my hands, besides death, you may be worse than death. I urge you to obediently give away your system immediately. Your system's ability to curse can only hurt me at most. If you want to kill me, I'm afraid you're not qualified enough. I will give you 3 breaths of time to think about it. If you don't think about yourself, you have to think about your family. Su Zhongting was heartbroken. It seemed that there was no possibility for him to survive. Either death, or life is worse than death. System, devour me, launch a fatal curse on me, and kill Lord Black Dragon. Su Zhongting roared in his mind. He had known the soul aura of Lord Black Dragon before, and the system also knew it. Host, are you sure? Su Zhongting's system said, his system is very fierce, but his system is still obedient. Sure. The next second, Su Zhongting's system crazily devoured Su Zhongting's flesh, blood, and soul. The fatal curse is activated. The invisible curse force spreads to the distance. The power of the system is different from ordinary power. In just a few breaths, this cursed power arrived at the Black Dragon Palace. The Black Dragon Palace has strong defense, but its defense against this cursed power is average. After passing over a long distance, 30% of the curse's power was consumed. After passing through the defense of the Black Dragon Palace and the defense of the Black Dragon Lord, only 30% of the power was consumed. In the end, 40% of the curse power entered the body of the Black Dragon Lord. Roar! Lord Black Dragon is now in his true form. As a strong man in the glazed realm, his physical strength is extremely high, but now there are horrific scars on his body. The main body of the Black Dragon Master is 10,000 meters long, and scars hundreds of meters long are everywhere on its body. The whole body became dripping with blood. Lord Black Dragon was directly hit hard by the cursed power. If he is relatively close and there is no Black Dragon Palace to weaken part of the defense, he may be killed by the curse before he is ready. Who is it? Lord Black Dragon roared angrily. He quickly calculated the secret, but failed to figure it out. Ye Chen and the others are far away, and Ye Chen and the others are now in the Hongjian Palace. The Beauty Palace blocked the secret. System, devour it quickly. Ye Chen said quickly, with a smile on his face. Su Zhongting died, but the curse did not fall on him. Su Zhongting should have attacked Lord Black Dragon with all his might. Good master. Ye Chen's system acted quickly. Such an attack has already broken out in Su Zhongting's system, and it is now safe to devour it. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 395. Su Zhongting died, his system was invisible and insubstantial, even Ye Chen's strength could not see it. But to Ye Chen's system, the other party's hiding has no meaning. Woo! A terrible storm broke out in the hall. Su Zhongting's system desperately resisted the devouring and absorption of Ye Chen's system. However, the attack just now consumed a lot of power, and even used the fatal curse at the bottom of the box. Now it is no match for Ye Chen's system at all. Half an hour passed and the storm gradually subsided. The power of Su Zongting's system was completely swallowed up by Ye Chen's system. Host, swallowing is complete. Su Zongting's system is very powerful and contains sufficient energy. Host, 70% of the power will be used to continue upgrading the system, and 30% of the power will be at your disposal. Ye Chen said systematically. A smile appeared on Ye Chen's face. System, what are you waiting for? Sign in 3 times. 2 days ago, it was actually 1 month old to sign in, and Ye Chen endured it for 2 days. Good host. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for receiving a gift pack of immortal level skills, which contains 10 times the top immortal level skills. A lot of information poured into Ye Chen's mind. Some of these 10 times the top immortal level techniques are suitable for Enlangsu and the others. Their techniques can all be changed. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the immortal level reward, and Hong Chensuo for obtaining the ultimate level enhancement. The red dust cord has been strengthened into the eternal red dust cord, which can sense the target state across the universe. Ye Chen's eyes brightened. The Hong Chensuo is a treasure that was obtained a long time ago, and it has been enhanced to the ultimate level. It was directly strengthened and became an immortal treasure. System, can a low-level treasure like Hong Chensuo get such an improvement? Host, as long as the system is strong enough and the energy is strong enough, everything is possible. Ye Chen said, System, the red dust cord is bound to the beauty. Is the eternal red dust cord still bound to the beauty? Yes. A smile appeared on Ye Chen's face. He should be able to sense Luo Hanjian's current state very soon. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the immortal level bamboo sword, Glazed Realm. The third reward is no longer immortal, but this third reward is quite good. It takes some time for the Tongtianjianzu at the Glazed Realm level to reach its complete form. Xiaoliu's clone is at the Glazed Realm level. If this heavenly sword bamboo grows up, there will be another super strong person at the Glazed Realm level in the Hanjian Palace. Including the Hanjian Palace itself, it is equivalent to having 3 Liuli realm supermasters in the Hanjian Palace. Staying in this beauty palace, you feel safe. System, I haven't sensed the beauty yet. Ye Chen said in his mind. Host, wait a little longer, Luo Hanjian is now in the Supreme Universe. Ye Chen nodded slightly. Enlan, I'll give you a new technique. Ye Chen first approached Enlangsu and the others. Enlangsu and the other 4 girls, including Zi Lanyan and Ye Chen, gave them top immortal level skills. Yeah, Ye Chen, did you really give me that skill just now? Zi Lanyan said in disbelief. The top immortal level skills are enough to establish a superpower. This kind of skill is extremely precious. Much more precious than top immortal treasures. The treasure can only be used by one person, but there is no problem in passing the skills to others. Zi Lanyan knew that even his father did not have top immortal level skills. Nature. Ye Chen smiled. Luo Yudi chuckled and said, Sister Lanyan, my brother-in-law has many good things, you will get used to it in the future. Ye Chen, thank you. Zi Lanyan said gratefully. She was a little embarrassed. Her father had obtained the Liuli level realm breaking pill before, but now she had actually obtained the Liuli level technique. She is not married to Ye Chen yet. Why are you thanking me? Don't you want to get married? Ye Chen chuckled. Of course not. Zi Lanyan said quickly. Ye Chen said with a smile, isn't that okay? Although I gave it to you, the things are still in our own homes. Let's take the time to practice. Zi Lanyan nodded solemnly, Ye Chen, I will seize the time to practice, and I will protect you from now on. Luo Yudi and the others were secretly happy because they also knew that Zi Lanyan regarded Ye Chen as an artist. Artists often don't have very high abilities themselves. Zi Lanyan is also relatively confident in her current strength. With the new technique, she felt that she might be able to reach the state of Higanbana before getting married. Lanyan, then I'll rely on you. Ye Chen smiled. With this belief, Zi Lanyan will improve faster, and Ye Chen has not confessed to Zi Lanyan for the time being. Ye Chen, I'm going to practice. Zi Lanyan said seriously. She felt that if she didn't hurry up, she would be very sorry for the powerful skills given by Ye Chen. In addition, Zi Lanyan also knew that Enlangxiu and the others had suspended their training, and something inappropriate for children might happen next, and she was not suitable to be present. Ye Chen nodded, and he let Zi Lanyan enter the time cube. At this moment, Ye Chen felt Luo Hongjian's emotions. Luo Hongjian's mood was relatively calm, like a quietly flowing river. In such a state, there is a high probability that Luo Hongjian is hiding and practicing. Hongjian has a lot of training resources, coupled with the massive power of faith she has gained. There is a high probability that Hongjian should have reached the realm of immortality. Ye Chen secretly thought. What he was most worried about was that when Luo Hongjian arrived in the Supreme Universe, she would be discovered and taken away by the other strong men as soon as possible. Now it seems that this should not happen. Enlan, Qian, Chang'e, Yan'er, it's dark outside, let's go to bed. After signing in to obtain powerful treasures, and knowing that Luo Hongjian is safe, Ye Chen is in full swing. Enlangxiu and the others' faces were slightly red. Tonight will definitely be a night of decisive battle until dawn. Ye Chen is in a good mood here. Tiandaizong, Su Gudao ended his retreat, and he was not in a good mood. He sensed death. But Su Gudao did not clearly sense who died. The secret is very vague. Which core members are not in the sect now? Su Gudao asked. Soon a strong man from Tiandao sect reported the news. There are some core members who are not in the sect. However, there are relatively few core members who have blood ties with Su Gudao and are not in the sect. It didn't take long for Su Gudao to suspect Su Zhongting. Has the problem been discovered by Palace Master Zixiao? Su Gudao frowned secretly. He didn't know that Su Zhongting had a system, but he knew that Su Zhongting had assassinated Zi Lanyan. By doing this, Su Zhongting succeeded in scheming against the master of Zixiao Palace. Su Gudao highly regarded Su Zhongting, and he intended to make Su Zhongting the young master of Tiandao sect. Elders, please follow me to Zixiao Palace. Su Gudao summoned him. If Su Zhongting dies in Zixiao Palace, Tiandao sect must take action. Su Zhongting is expected to become the young sect leader. If the sect ignores his death, what will the rest of Tiandao sect think? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 396. The Strength of Su Gudao Glazed Realm. But Tiandao sect is far away from Zixiao Palace, and it will take a month or two to get to Zixiao Palace at his speed. Unconsciously, a month has passed, and there are only 2 months left before getting married to Zi Lanyan. Many guests have arrived at Zixiao continent. Some of the top experts have already arrived. Boom. Where the Lord of Zixiao Palace was in retreat, endless purple thunder entered the body of the Lord of Zixiao Palace. These purple thunders are Zixiao Chaos Heavenly Thunders. They helped Master Zixiao break through the powerful barrier between the other side of the Flower Realm and the Glazed Body Realm. A terrifying aura erupted from the body of Palace Master Zixiao. In the secret realm of chaos where the Master of Zixiao Palace is located, endless strange phenomena appear in the world. Gather. Palace Master Zixiao took a deep breath. Endless chaotic energy quickly poured into his body, and his body strengthened crazily in a very short period of time. Finally, the body of Palace Master Xiao emitted a myriad of precious light. It took more than 10 days for his realm to be completely stabilized in the glazed realm. Lanyan will get married in just 20 days. Finally, we made a breakthrough before Lanyan and Yechen got married. Palace Master Xiao opened his eyes, and there seemed to be countless thunder dragons galloping in his eyes. Boom! The Lord of Xiao Palace stood up, and there were thunders for hundreds of millions of miles around. Although the realm has been stabilized, the Master of Xiao Palace has not yet adapted well to his current power. But this is not difficult for Palace Master Xiao. It took half an hour for Palace Master Xiao to be able to control her power well. The breath is also completely restrained. It's time to return. Most of the guests are probably already here. Palace Master Xiao's eyes flickered, and he wanted to see who would still laugh at Zi Lanyan. Zi Lanyan has recovered. He has also reached the Liulai realm. The secret realm of chaos where the Master of Xiao Palace is now is far away from Xiao Palace, but there is an entrance on the other side of Xiao Palace that can directly enter the secret realm of chaos. Palace Master Xiao left quickly. He appeared inside Xiao Palace. Is there anything unusual lately? Palace Master Xiao immediately called his two confidants in front of him. Palace Master, everything is normal inside Xiao Palace, but Yechen moved out from Zilan Palace, and his residence is now in the eastern area of Xiao Palace. One of the confidants said. Another confidant then said, Palace Master, there are some external disputes, but they are not particularly big problems. It's just that Su Zhongting seems to be missing. The Master of Xiao Palace was not surprised that Yechen moved out. He frowned and said, Su Zhongting is missing. What's going on? Su Zhongting disappeared in other places and had nothing to do with him. He might even be happier. But Su Zhongting disappeared on Xiao continent, Tiandao sect may hold him accountable. Palace Master, Su Zhongting is in a rather strange situation. When he was doing that with a woman, he suddenly disappeared. It felt like he was being summoned to go. It didn't show up later. Han Qingling waited to speak publicly, but Su Zhongting still didn't show up. Palace Master Xiao pondered, this situation is indeed very abnormal. Maybe Su Zhongting is dead. Fortunately, I already have the cultivation level of Liulai realm. Palace Master Xiao thought secretly. It turns out that although he can fight with the powerful people in the Liulai realm for 3 days, the strength of Su Gudao, the leader of the Tiandao sect, is much stronger than the ordinary Liulai realm strongmen. If Su Gudao wants to kill him, it turns out that he is sure to escape from Su Gudao's hands, but it will be difficult to compete with Su Gudao. Now that he has achieved a breakthrough, Palace Master Xiao's strength has doubled. Palace Master Xiao estimated that her current strength should be on par with Su Gudao's. Lanyan. The Master of Xiao Palace sent a message to Zi Lanyan. The summons actually failed. Zi Lanyan had already changed her technique a long time ago, and was now at the critical moment of breakthrough. Yechen. After failing to contact his daughter, the Master of Xiao Palace sent a message to Yechen. But the subpoena was successful. Yechen, my summons to Lanyan failed. Do you know what's going on with her now? Palace Master Xiao asked. In the Hanjian Palace, Yechen had a smile on his face. It was very likely that the Master of Xiao Palace had broken through to the Liulai realm. Hearing the voice of Palace Master Xiao, he was in a good mood. Palace Master Xiao, Lanyan is at a critical moment of training now, so don't disturb her. Okay then, please pay attention to the time. In about 20 days it will be your wedding day. The Master of Xiao Palace sent a message. He did not tell Yechen that he had broken through to the Liulai realm. It's better to share this good news with my precious daughter first. Ye Chen didn't say much to the master of Xiao Palace. Although he already has 5 women, and Zi Lanyan will be the 6th if she gets married to him, he really doesn't have much experience in dealing with elders. En Langxiu, Lu Qianqian, Shang Guanyan, and their parents are all dead. Luo Hanjian's mother also died young, and Luo Hanjian's father rarely saw Ye Chen. The one he saw the most was concubine Shu, but after he and Luo Yudi got together, he saw less of her. Ye Chen felt that concubine Shu might be embarrassed because Luo Hanjian and the 2 sisters actually followed Ye Chen. Boom. A few days later, En Langxiu was the last one to break through to the ultimate realm of immortality. Luo Yudi broke through in front of her. Speaking of which, Luo Yudi's talent is quite good. She was a little lazy in the past, but now Luo Yudi is practicing very hard. Maybe it's because Luo Hanjian was summoned away. Boom. En Langxiu didn't have much breakthrough, and Zi Lanyan also made a breakthrough on the same day. It's just that Zi Lanyan has broken through to the realm of Bianhua. Finally here. My skills are now very powerful, and my treasures are also very powerful. Although I have just arrived at the Bana Flower realm, my strength is no worse than those who have been in the Bana Flower realm for a long time. I can protect Ye Chen. A thick smile appeared on Zi Lanyan's face, and she took the time to consolidate her cultivation. It's only half a month until the big day. Qingling, Zhongting never showed up. Was there anything unusual before he disappeared? Su Gudao said in a deep voice. He finally rushed over. Han Qingling cried and said, "Grandpa, Zhongting has indeed not appeared these days. There was nothing unusual before he disappeared, but we have discussed teasing Zi Lanyan when the time comes." Su Gudao frowned and said, "How to tease?" Han Qingling was a little hesitant. "Explain." Su Gudao said in a deep voice. Han Qingling immediately took out a carving from the space treasure. They hired a powerful carver to make the carving, which cost a lot of money. The carving looks like Zi Lanyan. But it's not what she looked like a few years ago, let alone what she looks like now. It's the ugly look she showed when her clone was broken some time ago. Are you planning to give this as a gift when they get married? Su Gudao said in a deep voice. Yes. Han Qingling said weakly. Su Gudao stared at Han Qingling. This was far from just teasing. If such a gift is given during the wedding, Palace Master Xiao will definitely be furious. Qingling, is this not just your idea? Su Gudao said quietly. Han Qingling lowered her head. This matter was also related to some other members of the Han family. The Han family hopes that Tiandaizong and Xiao Palace will become more antagonistic, so that the Han family and Tiandaizong can cooperate more closely in all aspects, which is beneficial to the Han family. Su Gudao said in a deep voice, "Qingling, you married into our Tiandao section. If you do more, you have to consider it from the perspective of Tiandao section. Do you understand?" "Yes, Grandpa." Han Qingling said quickly. Su Gudao asked, "Have any top experts from your Han family come here?" "Grandpa, an elder from our Han family has come over. He is a top-notch Bianhua flower realm cultivator." Su Gudao nodded slightly. "Contact the other party and we will go to Xiao Palace together." Since Han Qingling and Su Zhongting had such a plan, it is possible that their plan was leaked, and the master of Xiao Palace targeted Su Zhongting in anger. "Yes, Grandpa." Han Qingling immediately summoned him. Not long after, several strong men from the Han family arrived, including 2 strong men from the Bianganhua realm. Sect Master Su. Seeing Su Gudao, they quickly saluted. The elder of the Han family is actually much older than Su Gudao. But for immortal level experts, age is no longer important. Everyone has immortality. Strength determines status. Hello everyone. Su Gudao didn't put too much pressure on him. The Han family's strength was pretty good, so he returned the gift with his hand. Zhongting is missing. Please come with us to Xiao Palace. Good. The strong men of the Han family naturally agreed. Soon Su Gudeo and the others set off together, and several elders from the Tiandao sect were there. With so many strong men acting together, they want to put pressure on Palace Master Xiao. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 397. Palace Master, Master Su of the Tiandao sect, and Han Zhengguo, the elder of the Han family, are here to visit. An elder from Xiao Palace said respectfully. Palace Master Xiao frowned secretly. Su Gu said that they must have come here because of the disappearance of Su Zhongting. Are you suspicious of him? Invite them to Xiao Palace. The Lord of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice. Yes, Palace Master. Soon, strong men from Xiao Palace welcomed Su Gudeo and the others into Xiao Palace. Su Gudeo was dissatisfied because the master of Xiao Palace did not go out to greet them in person. Welcome, fellow Taoists. The master of Xiao Palace quickly arrived at Xiao Palace, which is the main hall where Xiao Palace conducts business. Seeing Su Gudeo and the others, Palace Master Xiao's eyes narrowed. Su Gudeo's cultivation in the glazed realm, Tiandao sect actually came to have 4 strong men from the Bianhua flower realm, and the Han family also came over with 2 strong men from the Biangan flower realm. There might be a strong person in their space treasure. Such a lineup comes with bad intentions. Palace Master Xiao, your daughter is getting married soon. I shouldn't have come here to cause trouble, but my grandson Zhongting disappeared in your Xiao city. Palace Master Xiao, do you know about this? Su Gudeo said in a deep voice. The ancestor of the Han family said sternly without any courtesy, Palace Master Xiao, release Xiao Su immediately, otherwise don't blame us for being rude. Why do you want to be rude? The Lord of Xiao Palace said domineeringly, and as he spoke, the terrifying aura was released from his body. The extremely violent Xiao Chaos Divine Thunder hovered around the master of Xiao Palace. Palace Master Xiao's body exuded supreme treasure light. Hiss. Su Gudeo and the others looked shocked. The elders of the Han family were even more shocked. The momentum of Palace Master Xiao, coupled with the precious light emanating from her body, clearly shows that Palace Master Xiao has achieved the immortal glazed body. Han Zhengguo, your strength is not as good as mine, who gave you the courage to scream in this Xiao Palace. If you don't apologize, I will let you come in vertically and leave horizontally. The master of Xiao Palace is murderous. Han Qingling had naturally suspected it for a long time, but Palace Master Xiao had no evidence. Wow! In an instant, many other powerful men from Xiao Palace appeared in Xiao Palace. There are only a few strong people in the Bianhua realm, but there are dozens of strong people in the immortal absolute realm. Fellow Taoist Xiao, calm down. Fellow Daoist Zhengguo is concerned about chaos. Su Gudeo quickly tried to smooth things over. The master of Xiao Palace has actually reached the glazed realm, and is probably no weaker than him now. People like them cannot take advantage of Xiao Palace. Besides, Palace Master Xiao is no weaker than him now, but what about the future? Snort. The master of Xiao Palace snorted coldly, concern leads to chaos, so you can speak so brazenly in this Xiao Palace. Palace Master Xiao, I'm sorry, my words were inappropriate just now. Han Zhengguo said quickly. They lost their momentum after saying these words, but the master of Xiao Palace actually had a cultivation level of glazed body, and the strength of their Han family had been greatly weakened. If he doesn't apologize, Palace Master Xiao really dares to kill someone. Han Zhengguo couldn't figure out why the master of Xiao Palace could reach the glazed realm now. Could it be that Palace Master Xiao's concern for her daughter is just superficial? Just to paralyze the rest of their forces? This is the first time. If there is another time, I will never give up. Palace Master Xiao said coldly. As he spoke, his eyes fell on Su Gudeo, and his expression softened a little. After all, Su Gudeo was a strong man at the Glazed Realm, and the Tiandao sect was also stronger. The strength of the Master of Xiao Palace is now on par with Su Gudeo, but there is still a clear gap between the strength of Xiao Palace and Tiandao sect for the time being. Excluding the Master of Xiao Palace, there are only 5 powerful people in the Bianhua realm of Xiao Palace. There are more than a dozen strong men in the Tiandao sect Bianhua realm. Brother Gudeo, I have been working hard to break through recently. I only found out about Su Zongting's disappearance after I came out of seclusion. What I said is true. It's up to you to believe it or not. The Lord of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice. Brother Gudeo, if you come here to attend my daughter's wedding, I welcome you. If you come here to hold you accountable, we at Xiao Palace are not fooled. Su Gudeo looked at the Master of Xiao Palace. Judging from the aura of Palace Master Xiao, Palace Master Xiao should indeed have made a breakthrough recently. Brother Xiao, maybe there are other powerful people taking advantage of your retreat to sow discord between Xiao Palace and our Tiandao section. Please ask Brother Xiao to find out the reason together. We will attend the wedding in half a month. Su Gudeo said in a deep voice. Palace Master Xiao nodded slightly. I will try my best to help check it out. It's hard to say whether it can be found, but there are only so many people with this strength. Su Gudeo's eyes flickered. There is nothing wrong with what Palace Master Xiao said. Su Zongting's strength is not weak, and it is not easy to capture him silently. With such strength, there are very few people who dare to offend their Tiandao sect. Brother Xiao, let's take our leave first. Su Gudeo bowed his hands and left quickly. Ye Chen, I have broken through to the realm of Bianhua. I will be responsible for your safety from now on. Zi Lanyan sent a message to Ye Chen. Her voice was cheerful. Ye Chen smiled slightly. Lanyan, then I will rely on you from now on. By the way, your father has been looking for you before. Yeah, I'll tell my father the good news about my breakthrough right away. Zi Lanyan said. After the breakthrough, she was the first to think of telling Ye Chen the news. The Master of Xiao Palace came behind. Father, I have good news for you. Zi Lanyan sent a message to her father. The Master of Xiao Palace was stunned. He didn't think that Zi Lanyan could break through to the level of Bianhua. Could it be that Lanyan is already pregnant with a child? Palace Master Xiao suddenly thought of this. If Zi Lanyan was pregnant with a child, he would have to be a grandfather by then, which was considered good news. Apart from this, Palace Master Xiao really doesn't know what other good news Zi Lanyan can tell her. Lanyan, my father has some good news for you. Holding back the shock in his heart, Palace Master Xiao smiled and said. Father, tell me first. Zi Lanyan said. The Master of Xiao Palace said, Lanyan, my father broke through to the Glazed Realm. Thanks to the realm-breaking pill given by Ye Chen, and thanks to Ye Chen for allowing you to recover. But you are not married yet, so the news that you are pregnant must not spread. Zi Lanyan. She was dumbfounded. Father, what are you talking about? Marvin and I have nothing, how can we have a child? Zi Lanyan's face turned red. What was going on in her father's mind? Isn't it good news that I'm going to be a grandpa? What good news is that? Palace Master Xiao said in utter embarrassment. Father, the good news is that I have also achieved a breakthrough, and I have reached the realm of Bonaflower. I won't tell you any more. Zi Lanyan said angrily. Palace Master Xiao was extremely shocked. Zi Lanyan had actually broken through to the realm of flower of the other side. This is too fast. How old is Zi Lanyan? If he hadn't made a breakthrough, he would already be in the same realm as Zi Lanyan. Yechen, Lanyan has broken through to the Bianhua flower realm. The master of Xiao Palace sent a message to Yechen. Yes. Yechen replied. Palace Master Xiao was extremely pleasantly surprised. At the same time, there is also a little bit of sadness. Yechen seemed to know that Zi Lanyan had broken through to the Bianhua level before he did. Yechen, I have broken through to the glazed realm, thank you for the elixir. Thank you also for helping Lanyan recover. The master of Xiao Palace sent a message. A faint smile appeared on Yechen's face. Palace Master Xiao, congratulations. Palace Master Xiao, do you have time now? I want to talk to you. Palace Master Xiao was confused. What did Yechen want to talk to him about? After all this, does Yechen still want to regret his marriage? Come to Xiao Palace. The master of Xiao Palace sent a message saying that he was an elder and he could not go over to see Yechen. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 398. Yechen arrived at Xiao Palace, and the master of Xiao Palace saw a smile on Yechen's face. If it weren't for Yechen, Zi Lanyan wouldn't be able to recover, and Palace Master Xiao would probably have a hard time breaking through. Moreover, Yechen also gave a Liuli level realm breaking pill. Yechen, what do you want to talk about? The master of Xiao Palace asked Yechen to sit down and smiled. Yechen said, Palace Master Xiao, you should already know that Su Zhongting is dead, right? Palace Master Xiao nodded slightly. He had some doubts in his heart. What did Yechen mean when he mentioned Su Zhongting? I killed him. Yechen said directly. Palace Master Xiao's eyes widened. Su Gudao and the others came here to cause trouble before, but the master of Xiao Palace was still thinking that it was none of their Xiao Palace's business. When facing Su Gudao and the others, he was still very tough. The person was actually killed by Yechen. Why? The lord of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice. Su Gudao is very promising to become the young master of Tiandao section. If Yechen kills him, it is equivalent to making their Xiao Palace and Tiandao sect have a blood feud. Yechen said, Palace Master Xiao, do you know the system? Palace Master Xiao nodded slightly. Heard a little bit. At the level of Palace Master Xiao, it is normal to know a little bit. But Palace Master Xiao had never had cultivation at the glazed realm level before, so he knew very little. For forces like Tiandao sect, there will be a little more information in this area. Su Gudao had a grudge after his previous pursuit of Lanyan failed. Han Qingling happened to find him at this time, and the two conspired to assassinate Lanyan. Su Gudao gave Lanyan a parasitic system. The parasitic system will make Lanyan more and more ugly, and Lanyan's talent will continue to improve. Yechen said. The master of Xiao Palace was shocked. Lanyan's strength is getting stronger and stronger, won't our Xiao Palace's strength also increase? Yechen shook his head. Lanyan's parasitic system will devour her after she reaches a certain level. But Lanyan's parasitic system is only being used. Before it swallows Lanyan, the system owned by Su Gudao will swallow it. At the same time, the system owned by Su Gudao will also steal Lanyan's strength. Palace Master Xiao was silent. He digested Yechen's words. Yechen's words contain too much information. Yechen, do you have a system? After a while, the master of Xiao Palace said. Yechen nodded lightly. With his current strength, telling Palace Master Xiao this is not a big problem. We are almost going to become a family, and we need to have this bit of trust. If Palace Master Xiao goes against him, he will definitely not be the one who suffers. You own the system, so you can find out that Lanyan has the system, and later you also found out that Su Zhongting has the system? Palace Master Xiao said in a deep voice, I don't care about the others. Are your feelings for Lan Yin true? Ye Chen nodded, this is natural. Very good. Palace Master Xiao breathed a sigh of relief. Ye Chen, if you tell me this, aren't you afraid that I will steal your system? The Master of Xiao Palace said. Ye Chen smiled and said, Palace Master Xiao, although you have the strength of the glazed realm, I'm afraid you don't have such strength if you want to steal my system. Besides, guess whose side Lan Yin will be on if you do this? Palace Master Xiao. He rolled his eyes secretly. If you do this, Zi Lan Yin will most likely side with Ye Chen. Palace Master Xiao, the reason why I said this is because I know you are not that kind of person. Palace Master Xiao twitched the corner of her mouth. If you believe it, why didn't you say it before? He estimated that in all likelihood, Ye Chen did have enough confidence now. Ye Chen, are you saying this because you hope to target the Tiandao sect and the Han family? Palace Master Xiao frowned and said, even if your strength is good, with our current strength, it will not be easy to target Tiandao sect and the Han family. Ye Chen said, Palace Master Xiao, I am just telling you to be more vigilant. Don't be plotted by the Tiandao sect and the Han family. The Master of Xiao Palace said, a few powerful men from the Tiandao sect and 2 powerful men from the Han family came here just now. That old guy Su Gudao and the others want to come over to put pressure. I didn't expect that. I already have the cultivation level of Liulai realm, so they can only leave. Ye Chen secretly thought it was a pity. If Su Gudao and the others are tricked into the Hanjian Palace, it is entirely possible for them to get rid of Su Gudao and the others. Palace Master Xiao, before killing Su Zhongting, I turned into Lord Black Dragon. He believed it, and his system finally attacked Lord Black Dragon. Ye Chen said. Palace Master Xiao's eyes lit up. What do you mean? Lord Black Dragon is probably injured right now. The Master of Xiao Palace said. The Black Dragon Palace and their Xiao Palace are not easy to deal with, and there have been relatively big conflicts in the past. The injury should be serious. Ye Chen said. Palace Master Xiao muttered, then I hope now that Su Gudao and the others know about Su Zongting's system, and then find Lord Black Dragon. It would be good if they could fight. If we can't fight, or even end up standing together, we'll be in big trouble. Ye Chen smiled and said, Palace Master Xiao, this matter will definitely not be easy for Lord Black Dragon to solve. The system is intangible and insubstantial. He said that he did not rob Su Zongting's system. Su Gudao and the others will never believe it easily. That's true. Palace Master Xiao nodded. A powerful man of Lord Black Dragon's level usually spends most of his time practicing in seclusion. It is extremely unlikely that someone will be around when you are attacked. And if he was attacked by an unknown person, Lord Black Dragon would most likely not tell anyone about it. Being attacked, you don't even know who the enemy is. Not only is it embarrassing, it can also easily attract more enemies. When Tiandao sect investigated, Lord Black Dragon was attacked, and there was no proof that he was not with Xiao continent. Ye Chen, we'll talk about this later. The most important thing now is your wedding to Lan Yin. The Master of Xiao Palace said. Ye Chen nodded slightly, understood. Delaying it for a little longer is also a good thing for us. Lan Yin and I will improve our strength faster. What's your strength? Palace Master Xiao said curiously. Ye Chen smiled and said, before Lan Yin, I already had the cultivation level of Bianhua flower. Palace Master Xiao was shocked. Zi Lanyin's improvement speed was already very fast, but Ye Chen's improvement speed was even faster. Ye Chen, aren't you from a higher universe? The Master of Xiao Palace said. Ye Chen was stunned and nodded slightly. Really? The master of Xiao Palace said with emotion, he judged that Ye Chen should come from the Supreme Universe. Ye Chen thought that Palace Master Xiao had judged that he came from the Intermediate Universe. How did he know that Palace Master Xiao actually thought that he came from the Supreme Universe? Both of them think the other is pretty awesome. I ordered people to prepare some food and drinks. How many drinks will the two of us have? The master of Xiao Palace said. He found that Ye Chen was about to get married to his daughter, but he knew very little about Ye Chen. If Ye Chen hadn't told him this today, he would have known very little. Good. Ye Chen smiled and nodded. My father-in-law invited me to drink. How could he disagree? A few more days passed. There are only 3 days left before Ye Chen and the others get married. There are strong men from Black Dragon Palace here. Although Black Dragon Palace and Xiao Palace are not easy to deal with, there is often no absolute hatred between the big forces, only absolute interests. The master of Xiao Palace only has a daughter named Zi Lanyan, so she sent someone over to take a look at her, so that she can live up to her reputation. Sect Master, someone is coming from the Dark Palace. Or we can know the current situation of Lord Black Dragon. A strong man from Tiandao sect said in a deep voice. 2 days ago, they received news from the sect that Su Zhongting had a system, and if he died, the person who killed him would definitely not have an easy time. Except for Lord Black Dragon, all the powerful men from the glazed realm of Kunpeng universe have arrived. 2 people didn't plan to come, but they knew that the master of Xiao Palace had broken through to the glazed realm, so they used special means to rush over in 10 days. In this case, Lord Black Dragon, who did not come, became Su Gudao's #1 suspect. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 399. Su Gudao quickly found the strong men who came from the Black Dragon Palace. They didn't know the situation here yet. Fellow Taoists, didn't your palace master come over? I haven't seen fellow Taoist Black Jiao for a long time. I miss you so much. Su Gudao smiled. Sect Master Su, the palace master just asked us to come over. He probably won't come over. An elder from Black Dragon Palace said. Su Gudao chuckled and said, I heard that fellow Taoist Black Jiao has been practicing hard recently, and you all rarely see each other. It seems that fellow Taoist Black Jiao will have a breakthrough in his cultivation. How could the powerful people in Black Dragon Palace know that Su Zhongting's affairs would be related to their Black Dragon Palace? They didn't realize that Su Gudao was telling a story. The palace master has indeed been practicing recently. We didn't get to see the palace master before coming here. The palace master's strength may really improve a lot. Another strong man from the Dark Palace smiled. After bragging about his palace master, the other forces might become even more wary of the Black Dragon Palace. When talking about cooperation or competition, the advantages are even greater. Su Gudao's eyes flickered. The powerful men from the Black Dragon Palace had not been able to see Lord Black Dragon before they came over. This immediately made him have many doubts. This shows that when Lord Black Dragon was attacked, there was no alibi. If he was seriously injured and returned in a hurry, Lord Black Dragon's condition would definitely be very bad. His appearance would be easily noticed by the other powerful men in Black Dragon Palace. Fellow Hejiao is still working hard. He is our role model. Su Gudao smiled. After a few more pleasantries, Su Gudao left. A strong man from the Black Dragon Palace said doubtfully, the relationship between Tiandao sect and the palace master is not that good. What does Su Gudao mean by coming over to talk to us? Another strong man smiled and said, didn't we get the news earlier that Su Zhongting is missing? It was also revealed that the master of Xiao Palace broke through to the Liulai realm. 9 times out of 10, Su Zhongting may have fallen into the hands of the master of Xiao Palace, or even been killed. Su Gudao is trying to win over our Black Dragon Palace to jointly exert pressure. The other strong men from Black Dragon Palace nodded. This judgment is reasonable. How did they know that the person Su Gudao suspected the most now was Lord Black Dragon? Originally, they were more suspicious of Palace Master Xiao. However, according to the news from the sect, Su Zhongting will use the system when he is in desperate situation. If he attacks Palace Master Xiao, Palace Master Xiao will not be in trouble. Su Gudao returned, his expression suddenly darkened. Now that Su Zhongting has the system, it will be more difficult for Su Zhongting to be summoned away. A strong person in the Bianhua realm should not have such strength. Palace Master, Lord Black Dragon now has enough motivation, time, and strength. An elder from Tiandao sect said. Another elder frowned and said, he should be seriously injured now, and the system may not have recognized its master well yet. If you want to deal with him, now is a good time. He will recover from his injuries after a while, and the system might successfully recognize him. With this kind of festival, he will be stronger in the future, which is not a good thing for us. Su Gudao took a deep breath and said, I would like to ask someone to do the math together to see if Lord Black Dragon is seriously injured. Lord Black Dragon is a strong man in the glazed realm. Even if he is seriously injured, with Su Gudao's strength alone, it is impossible to figure out Lord Black Dragon's condition. But now several powerful people from the glazed realm are here. Many powerful people from the Bianhua realm also came here. With Su Gudao's reputation, it's not a big problem to ask some strong people to help. You go and invite some powerful people from the Bianhua realm. I personally invite a few powerful men from the glazed realm. Su Gudao said in a deep voice. Even if Su Zhongting has the possibility of becoming the young sect master in the future, Su Gudao would not have made such a big move if he died, but Su Zhongting actually still has a system. He wants the system too. 2 hours later, Su Gudao invited 4 powerful men from the glazed realm to help. The elders of Tiandao sect asked 20 or 30 strong people from the Bianganhua realm to help. There are even strong men from the Black Dragon Palace among them. Everyone, thank you for your work. Let's start now. Su Gudao said, he took out a very powerful treasure. The remaining strong men are responsible for providing him with a steady stream of power. In the Beauty Palace, Yechen hid in the Brahma Ring. Xiaoliu's clone and the Tongtianjianzu at the glazed realm level all provided defensive power. The commotion caused by Tiandaozong is not small, and it is impossible for the master of Xiao Palace to not get the news. What if Su Gudao is directly considered an enemy? Hidden like this, Yechen didn't believe that Su Gudao and the others could figure it out. The Brahma Ring and the Beauty Palace are both immortal treasures. Even if they are suppressed by heaven and earth now, they at least have the ability of the top immortal treasures. On Su Gudao's side, he had actually thought about directly figuring out who was targeting Su Zhongting. But this calculation is much more difficult. If it was done by Lord Black Dragon is strong and far away, so the possibility of failure is high. It is several times easier to simply calculate whether Lord Black Dragon is seriously injured. Buzz. The treasure was activated, and dozens of strong men continued to provide Su Gudao with massive power. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Half an hour passed, and the consumption of dozens of strong men was already high. Yes. Su Gudao's eyes flickered, and he sensed the secret of heaven. Soon this clue became clearer. Lord Black Dragon was indeed severely injured. Everyone, that's it? Thank you everyone. Su Gudao said. The others stopped. Soon all the strong men in the Bianhua realm left. The powerful man in the Liulai realm did not leave immediately. Su Gudao also called the Lord of Xiao Palace over. Fellow Taoists, welcome to our Xiao city. Palace Master Xiao smiled and said, everyone is gathered together and you don't know why. Su Gudao said in a deep voice, fellow Taoist Xiao, everyone, I want to tell you something. My grandson Su Zhongting, he owns the system. Everyone was surprised. They all know more or less about the system. This is good stuff. Palace Master Xiao frowned and said, Brother Gudao, I did not kill your grandson, nor did I get the system from him. I swear by the way of heaven. Hearing what he said, Su Gudao became even more convinced that it was Black Dragon Lord who took the initiative. I know. Su Gudao nodded, Zhongting will launch a systematic fatal attack when he is about to die. A strong man in the glazed realm may die if he does not have good defense. Even if you have a good defense, you will still be hit hard. I just calculated the secret, Lord Black Dragon was seriously injured. A strong female from the Shui tribe said, Sect Master Su, so what you mean is? Su Gudao said in a deep voice, Lord Black Dragon has always been very ambitious. If he successfully obtains the system, everyone may not have a good life in the future. Now that he is seriously injured, the system may not have recognized the owner yet. It is a good time to target him. Having said this, Su Gudao's eyes fell on another strong man, and the other person's face changed slightly. Brother Gudao, do you want to use my Sheng platform? The Shengtai can kill the past, present, and future. It can destroy a person's life. This is a terrifying treasure that can be used from a distance. Su Gudao nodded slightly, our Tiandao sect will give you a lot of compensation. Everyone, this is not just a matter for our Tiandao section. If Lord Black Dragon becomes stronger, everyone may have to bow to him. If we kill him, or even just injure him further, we all have the potential to gain access to the system. Everyone was moved. If you get the system yourself, that would be great. Brother Gudao, I have just made a breakthrough. Our Xiao Palace is weak. If we participate, we may be the first to be retaliated by the Black Dragon Palace. I'm afraid I won't be able to participate in this matter. Palace Master Xiao shook his head. He seemed to be shrinking, but in fact he was hinting to the others that you can go ahead, but as long as Xiao Palace goes up, Haiming Palace will be the first to retaliate against Xiao Palace. Palace Master Xiao, no matter what, something happened in the atrium here. You, Xiao Palace, have certain responsibilities. And Lord Black Dragon did this just to throw the blame on your Xiao Palace. Su Gudao advised. Palace Master Xiao was silent for a while and nodded slightly. Brother Gudao, what you said makes sense. Okay, I'll participate. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 400. Hearing that the master of Xiao Palace was participating, the other four powerful men in the glazed realm felt much relieved. In their opinion, even if they take action, Lord Black Dragon will still be alive by then. He must also take revenge on Tiandao sect and Xiao Palace first. It wouldn't be a bad thing for them if the Black Dragon Palace and the Tiandao sect's Xiao Palace were fighting. Fellow Taoists, how about you? If you don't join, everyone will be unlucky in the future. If you join, whether you can get the system depends on everyone's luck. Su Gudao said in a deep voice. I am participating. Do it. 3 of the remaining 4 strong men nodded quickly, leaving only the strong man with the Sheng platform. Su Gudao secretly sent him a message and promised many benefits. I also agree. With the benefits, this strong man is unambiguous. Half a day passed, and the Sheng platform was ready. Su Gudao and the other 6 strong men gathered together, and the other strong men from their forces also gathered together. Everyone, with our ability, it shouldn't be a problem to slash out 9 swords. Let's activate the Zanshengtai and slash out 9 swords one after another. Su Gudeo said in a deep voice. The others nodded. The 6 of them who are strong in the glazed realm and the 20 or so strong in the Bianhua realm are fully capable of cutting 9 swords. But this consumes a lot of money on them. The Shengsheng platform is a huge platform with a huge guillotine that is 1,000 meters long. The dummy, which was exactly the same as Lord Black Dragon and contained Lord Black Dragon's soul, was under the guillotine. The first sword, cut through. Cut. Invisible big hands held the guillotine, and the guillotine fell quickly. The further down you go, the greater the resistance. If you don't have enough strength, you may fail. Failure will have a powerful backlash. Crack. With so many strong men taking action, there was no possibility of failure in killing him. Palace Master Xiao and the others expended a lot of strength and succeeded in killing him with the first sword. Then the knife was raised, and another identical dummy was put on it. The second knife fell immediately. In less than 5 seconds, the second sword fell in the same direction. Crack. The third knife fell quickly. The distance is far, and there is a slight delay on Lord Black Dragon's side. Half a minute passed, and Lord Black Dragon noticed a huge guillotine falling towards him in the void. Damn it! Lord Black Dragon's expression changed drastically. He didn't have time to react, and the first knife fell solidly. Lord Black Dragon's own defense was not at its peak at this time. This knife caused great damage to him, and Lord Black Dragon immediately felt that his past had become blurred. But just barely, he still remembered who he was and his identity. It's just that many memories have become blurry. At this time, the second knife fell again. Drink. Lord Black Dragon has raised all his defenses this time. However, the attack of the Shenshengtai is quite special. Lord Black Dragon cannot completely resist this sword. His memory is even vaguer. The past becomes chaos. He could no longer remember his identity and could barely remember his name. No, no. Lord Black Dragon roared, and the third sword came again. With this sword falling, Lord Black Dragon has forgotten who he is. However, practicing and resisting attacks have become instincts, but they are still there. Who am I? Where am I going? Lord Black Dragon was at a loss. He is not in the Black Dragon Palace now. He originally planned to return to the Black Dragon Palace and let his men provide defense for him, but he forgot how to go back. He didn't know where the Black Dragon Palace was. Cut. 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 The 4th, 5th, and 6th swords will come soon. These 3 swords are for now. Puff. Lord Black Dragon transformed into his true form. A terrifying scar first appeared on the body of the 10,000-meter-long Black Dragon. This scar was 2 to 3 kilometers long. The 5th sword fell towards the soul of Lord Black Dragon. Lord Black Dragon's soul was also severely damaged. Roar. The huge Black Dragon looked up to the sky and roared. The 6th sword fell, and this sword fell towards Lord Black Dragon's Dao heart. Dao Xin was immediately slashed with a knife. Body, soul, Taoist heart, all damaged. But Lord Black Dragon is indeed a strong man in the glazed realm. Even so, even if he was originally injured, he is still not dead and still has strong vitality. Cut. 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 On their side, Palace Master Xiao struck 3 more times, and the resistance from each strike was extremely strong. After 3 sword blows, Palace Master Xiao and the others were exhausted, and some of their faces turned pale. These 3 swords cut the future. Lord Black Dragon's future path was cut to pieces by them. Under such circumstances, it would be extremely difficult for Lord Black Dragon to train or recover from his injuries. Boom. After sustaining these 3 sword strikes again, Lord Black Dragon's raised dragon head slammed hard to the ground. He is still not dead, but he is dying. Lord. Father. Although Lord Black Flood Dragon was not in the Black Flood Dragon Palace, he was not too far away from the Black Flood Dragon Palace. There was a lot of movement here, and the strong men in the Black Flood Dragon Palace noticed something unusual. 3 relatively powerful people from the Flower Realm on the other side rushed over quickly. But at this time, Lord Black Dragon had already suffered 90% damage, and his condition was extremely bad. "Help immediately!" Lord Black Dragon's son shouted. Their powerful power immediately poured into Lord Black Dragon's body, and at the same time, they also used very good elixirs for Lord Black Dragon. It works. But the effect is not 1/10 of the normal effect. Go back. Be on full alert. Lord Black Dragon's son said sternly, and they quickly returned to Black Dragon Palace. More powerful men from Black Dragon Palace participated in the treatment. But Lord Black Dragon's condition is still difficult to recover. It should be that he was attacked by the Shenshengtai. The palace master was beheaded in the past, present, and future. And judging from the Lord's condition, he was probably beheaded 3 times. A powerful person from Black Dragon Palace analyzed it. It's not impossible to recover from Lord Black Dragon's situation, it's very difficult. It takes a long time. Before this, the palace master seemed to have been injured, and the injury was not low. Otherwise, even from a long distance, even if he withstood 9 swords, the palace master would not be like this. Another strong man said. Their eyes all fell on Lord Black Dragon's eldest son. In this situation, someone must take the lead in Black Dragon Palace. Everyone, I will temporarily manage the Black Dragon Palace for my father. Who is in favor of this and who is against it? Lord Black Dragon's eldest son said in a deep voice. He is not at the top level of Higanbana, but it has been a long time since he reached the state of Higanbana. I agree. I agree too. The powerful people present expressed their support. When Lord Black Dragon appears in such a situation, now is not the time for civil strife in their Black Dragon Palace. Very good, gather the strong men and let's go to the Xixiao Palace. Lord Black Dragon's eldest son said in a deep voice. Now that many strong men have gathered there, the attack must have come from there. Yes. The other strong men said respectfully. In less than half an hour, a large number of powerful men from Black Dragon Palace were dispatched. To withstand such an attack, they must take action. If you don't take any action, you may have to bear the attack again after a while.